Buddhism teaches that the mind is like a monkey, always jumping from one thought to another. Overthinking happens when we start believing every thought that appears. But here's the truth. Your mind is not always right. It's reactive. It exaggerates. It worries about things that haven't happened yet. Instead of obeying every thought, start observing them. Watch your mind like you'd watch a noisy street. You don't run into traffic, you just notice the cars. Same with thoughts. Watch them come and go. That awareness alone creates distance. Overthinking loses power when you stop reacting. You don't have to fix every thought. You don't have to solve every mental loop. Just noticing a thought is enough to break its grip. The moment you say, "This is just a thought," you're no longer controlled by it. Train yourself to watch without reacting. It's a mental habit, and it gets stronger with practice. Don't resist the mind, just observe. Overthinking fades when attention becomes awareness. One of the core teachings in Buddhism is anicca, or impermanence. Everything changes. Every thought, emotion, and problem is temporary. Overthinking happens when we treat temporary things like permanent threats. But nothing stays the same, not joy, not fear, not even anxiety. Think about this. How many things you worried about last year still matter today? How many sleepless nights were wasted on problems that fix themselves? When you remind yourself that everything passes, you gain perspective. You stop gripping so tightly. You stop feeding worry with urgency. Impermanence isn't just a comfort, it's a tool. Use it to pause your mind and say, "This too shall pass." Even the worst thoughts lose power when you remind yourself they're not permanent. Your anxious brain may scream, "This is forever," but your wiser self knows it's just a moment. So the next time your mind spirals, repeat gently, "This is not permanent. This will pass," because it will. Attachment is another major cause of overthinking. We're attached to things going a certain way: relationships, careers, plans, approval. We get stuck in, "What if this doesn't work?" or "What if I fail?" Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from attachment, not reality. When you're attached to a specific outcome, your mind races. You start controlling, predicting, fixing, and if life moves even slightly off track, you panic. But here's the truth. You can give your best without clinging to the result. Shift your focus to the process. Do what you can, let the rest unfold. You can care deeply without obsessing. You can commit fully without being attached. Overthinking is often a form of control, but real control comes from surrender, not from mental loops. Let go of the need for things to happen exactly your way. Let go of how it should be. You'll find freedom the moment you say, "I've done my part, now I release the outcome." That's not weakness, that's peace. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present, is the heart of Buddhist teaching. Most overthinking comes from mentally living in the past or future. You're either replaying old scenes or worrying about what's next. But peace only lives in the present. The present moment is simple. Usually, it's safe. Right now, you're breathing. You're alive. Your basic needs are met. But your mind pulls you into imagined problems. That's where overthinking thrives, in the imagined, not the real. Practice pulling your focus back to what's happening now. Feel your breath. Notice your posture. Look around the room. Listen to sounds. That's mindfulness, and it cuts through mental noise. You don't have to be in a monastery to be mindful. Just keep coming back to now. Every time you catch yourself overthinking, say, "Come back to the present." This one shift, over and over, can change your mental life. It's not about controlling your thoughts. It's about returning to where life actually happens, here and now. Buddhism teaches that pain is real, but suffering is optional. Pain is a part of life. Loss, discomfort, disappointment. But suffering comes when we resist that pain. When we say, "This shouldn't be happening," or "I can't handle this." Overthinking is mental resistance. You're fighting reality with thoughts. But reality doesn't change just because you argue with it. Acceptance doesn't mean you like what's happening. It just means you're no longer adding mental drama to it. Say you fail at something. Overthinking says, "I'm a loser. What will people think? I'll never recover." Acceptance says, "This happened. It hurts. Now what?" The mind wants certainty and fairness, but life rarely delivers both. Acceptance teaches you to deal with what is, not what you wish it was, and that ends the mental loop. You don't have to accept everything forever. Just accept this moment. Start there. From that calm place, you'll make better decisions and suffer less. The Buddha lived simply, not because it was trendy, but because simplicity calms the mind. A cluttered life creates a cluttered brain. Too many tasks, too many options, too many inputs. No wonder you're overthinking. Start simplifying. Say no to things that don't matter. Turn off notifications. Remove digital noise. Declutter your room. Declutter your habits. A simpler life creates mental space. Simplicity also applies to how you think. You don't need 10 reasons to do something. You don't need to solve everything before starting. Keep it simple. What's the problem? What's one thing I can do? Stop asking 50 questions. Ask one good one. Stop trying to fix your whole life. Handle one small step. Complexity feeds confusion. Simplicity fuels peace. The more simple your inner and outer world becomes, the easier it is to breathe, to think clearly, to feel okay even when life gets messy. That's not minimalism. It's mindfulness in action. Simplify your space. Simplify your mind. You'll stop overthinking.